Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is March the 15th, 2018. Strong hand, long-term thinking. All right, people, check out the link section below. Check out yesterday's show. It was a wild one. We're a little early today. Tomorrow will be This Week in Bitcoin. I'm still working on who's going to be on the show. I don't know what time it's going to be on, but tune in on Friday. Always check out the link section below. You can get Crypto Graffiti shirts, Trezor, Ledger Nano, CryptoHWWallet.com. So let's just jump right into this show. Something I forgot to say yesterday. The 80% just want to be entertained. They don't want to learn. And that's just that is a truism that all of you should remember. They want to see pretty pictures and a cool background and explosions. They don't care what the person is saying. They just want entertainment. Give me some NFL. I just want to forget about what's really going on in the world. The 20%ers out there, you want to learn. You want to better yourself. You're not reactionaries. You're not impulsive. So just remember that. The 80% just want to be entertained. They don't want to learn. Learn the difference between entertainment and learning, people. All right. So today was a big day for Bitcoin. The Lightning Network goes live on mainnet. I linked to that below. Tor Demister has a tweet that says, with Lightning on mainnet and the Liquid sidechain beta launch, Bitcoin second layer scaling is now the elephant in the digital currency room. So yeah, the people aren't going to talk about it, but the innovations are appearing now on Bitcoin, on the king of them all. You're not going to hear the big talkers on MSNBC or the altcoin pumpers talking about it, but it'll become the elephant in the room. You won't be able to avoid it for long. And all these awesome second layer solutions that are just at the very start, they'll be the talk of the town eventually, and they will just strengthen Bitcoin. But you got to be patient. Hey, man, that's what yesterday's video was about. That's what all my videos were about. So if you're not an impulsive person, slowly and carefully pound that like button. Check out the link section below and do subscribe to this channel. I do post a new video here every single day, even when I'm here in Montevideo, Uruguay. All right. So what do we have here? And yes, tomorrow I'm going to go to Punta del Este. That'll probably be after the This Week in Bitcoin show. What is this? Nick Szabo has a post, and he says, a tweet. And all the tweets are linked to below. Everything I talk about on this show is linked to below. He says, and be sure to check out some of my video about from South Africa from Monday. That was a good one. I'm going to talk about South Africa at the end of this show. Not as much as I could because I'm running out of time. I got to go somewhere. All right. But anyway, Nick Szabo says, trusted third parties are lawyer magnets. Now, getting rid of the word trusted there, I say that, you can't sue Bitcoin. So these lawyers out there are going to look for the weak link third parties, all the sketchy third parties in this space. And if you are one bit sketchy or scammy, you're not getting into the right space here because, well, you can pull it off for a while, but these lawyers can't sue Bitcoin. So once they figure out you're doing something that's sketch, they're going to be on you. Take note, all you people who got involved with BitConnect, you can see what has happened there. But eventually these lawyers, right now, there are not that many lawyers that are into cryptocurrency, but some are finding that, it's quite lucrative to sue everyone in cryptocurrency. So they're going to become lawyers that specialize in cryptocurrency and in cryptocurrency scams and bad players, whatever you want to call them. So, hey, this is your warning, you sketchy people who want to start third-party ripoffs. Those lawyers are out there. So it's I guess it's a form of self-regulation right there, or market regulation. The sharky lawyers. And I'm no fan of frivolous lawsuits. So that's why Nick Saber said trusted third parties are lawyer magnets. Well, if you're a good trusted third party, and well, if you're trusted for a legitimate reason, such as Trezor, no, people shouldn't be, these lawyers should not be targeting a company like Trezor. That's a true trusted third party right there. And it just gives companies like Trezor more incentive to take their time, to do things the right way, so that these sharks don't jump on them and smell blood. But there are some good, and then you have companies like Coinbase that are, they do things that are out of the blue, and they hold your B gold. Well, what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to be able to get away with holding that B gold forever. The sharks are in the water. All right, so enough about lawyers. I don't like talking about lawyers. So here's a nice chart from Pew Research that actually tracks the Americans that are not on the internet. 11% of Americans don't use the internet at all. But 18 years ago, in the year 2000, 48% of Americans did not use the internet. And that just shows you over time how things can change quite a bit. About half of the Americans were not on the internet in 2000. Now, 18 years later, only 11%. And I'm comparing that, cryptocurrency. Who knows how many are into cryptocurrency now? But it'll ramp up. It will ramp up. And it's the young people, the old people, unfortunately, they die off. They never got onto the internet. And now there's a few old people left, and some unfortunate poor people who are not on the internet. But all the young people, they grew up with it. It's a common thing. It's just the way the world is. So take a look at that chart and think long-term, and think about how, cryptocurrency will have in 18 years, what will the cryptocurrency adoption chart look like? I don't think, well, who knows? In 18 years, will 89% of people in the United States of America be using cryptocurrency? If 89% of people in the United States are using Bitcoin in the year 2036, oh my, whoa. That's just a reason to have a strong hand, people, and why holding is the answer. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it'll be 89% of Americans. That will be great. If it's 50% of Americans using Bitcoin in 18 years, I think that'll be great. But who knows? I cannot predict the future. But I look forward to the future. The future is exciting, and all of you, that's a reason to just be a happy person. The future is so unpredictable, and in the year 2000, who could have predicted all this great stuff with the internet, and there'd be the internet of money here? Who could have predicted it all? All right, so Matt Odell has a great tweet out there that sums up a lot of what I think. And well, first of all, you shouldn't fear anything. But when he talks about fear, he's referring to all of the impulsive 80%ers who are feeling fear now. You feel that fear? Now you know why the OGs deserve respect. They're the ones who lasted, who persevered and didn't fold. The only ones who claim it was easy are those trying to justify missed opportunity. You're never going to scare me out of my position. Stay warm, Bulls. Yeah, I like that, baby. I like that. Strong hand, dude. All right, remember to follow me on Twitter at TechBall, at Steemit, at Bitcoin Meister. Both of those are exciting places. Okay, someone in the comments section said, I feel sorry for those who bought Bitcoin at $19,000. I don't at all. I remember in the year 2014, the beginning, or toward the middle, maybe even, people saying the same thing about people who bought at $1,100 at the height of Bitcoin during like the Mt. Gox height it reached $1,100. That was at the end of 2013, around 1,100, you know, give or take. And people were, as Bitcoin slowly fell down to 500, people were like, oh, you sucker, you bought at 1,100. I feel bad for you. So I've already seen this play out. I've seen it how it plays out, dudes. Do we feel bad for people who bought at 1,100 now? Be patient, people. Be patient and seek out a veteran who has seen it all. Don't listen to these guys who are like, I feel bad for the guys who bought at 19,000. It's not as simple as that. I've been through this before, okay? I've heard the same exact lines before, just with 1,100 instead of 19,000. You're not patient. You're not a long-term thinker. So if any of you ever need, well, you're here now. You're watching me right now. I think you're getting the picture here. If you hold, you know, if you bought at 19,000, you still have your one Bitcoin for the future. I mean, you have your B private crypto dividend, your well, it'll be coming to you soon, your B rhodium crypto dividend. And what should have you done with your $19,000? You buy a car? How about you would have bought a car with your $19,000? Immediately that car would have went down in value also, like the Bitcoin in fiat value, but that car will never go back up in fiat value, okay? Bitcoin will. But who cares? You value your wealth in Bitcoin. Anyway, you traded in your fiat for better money. That is how you should look at this. If you can't see it that way, then you are impulsive and you probably should not even be in this space. But you know, the 80%ers, it's a free country, it's a free world, it's a free market. You can play around this space. You just make the 20%ers wealthier. Okay, Andy Anderson, thank you for the $5 super chat. All you guys in the super chat, feel free to ask me questions. And he says, Adam, get some grub on me. I like your style. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Andy Anderson. And you're a very familiar dude. I've seen you in this chat before. I haven't seen your name recently. Are you from Minnesota? I forgot now. You've got a story. And yeah, thank you. The $5, I appreciate it. It will go to support the channel. Grub. Well, yeah, I love to eat. During my eat, I already ate today. Remember, I only eat once a day. I fast at least 22 hours every day, and then I have a huge, glorious meal. So I've been having some fruit in Uruguay. They've got some good fruit. They've got some good meat too. They're famous for their cows. Argentina also. I haven't had their cows yet though. Okay, so going back to the show, what is this? And again, thank you for everyone, Andy, and anyone who's donated to the show, who supports the show, who understands long-term thinking, baby. Pound that like button. All right, so where did I leave off? Okay. Here we go. The Wall Street Journal has an article that says, courting crypto, Barclays breaks rank with Coinbase deal. Okay, so what they're saying is that Barclays is giving business to Coinbase. A lot of people, a lot of these big banks, big corporations, big governments try to avoid crypto, doing any business with crypto businesses. Okay, but it's the title that I care about here, and not the specific story. The breaking rank, because eventually all of these banks and companies and governments will break rank with, you know, right now they all seem like they're united. Oh, we're trying to avoid, we don't want to have anything to do with these Bitcoin companies. Don't want to have anything to do with them. They're sketchy. But greed is good here. Their greed they'll be like, well, wait a second. If I jump on this crypto bandwagon and do business with these guys, I can make a lot of money. What's the point of taking this stand with all these other banks and all these other governments? Man, I want to make some money. So they're going to, one by one, they're going to start breaking rank and changing their tune. And eventually it'll be an avalanche of these companies breaking rank and these banks. Because right now I've heard people that have crypto corporations, Bitcoin corporations, it's hard to get a bank account, you know, and sometimes you hear that if you're on Coinbase, you can't use your bank account from certain banks to buy Bitcoin with fiat. it will all change. They will break rank. Greed will bring them to Bitcoin, okay? And in this case, greed is good because corporations and banks especially, they want to make money. Now, governments, they probably want to make money also. And well, they're not as efficient, but they'll break rank also. Okay, I was randomly contacted by a company in Pretoria. It probably wasn't random. It's probably because I was in South Africa. I think the guy saw me on the Matt Brown show. And I haven't gotten back to this dude yet. It's called Cryptocurrency Regulatory Commission Project, a regulatory framework for all cryptocurrencies globally by the people for the people, ccrp.org. And I linked to that below. It seems like this guy out of Pretoria, South Africa, is trying to get a bunch of different voices from all over the world to come up with a regulatory framework that all countries can follow and all cryptocurrency people can be happy with. Good luck with that. I mean, I'm glad it's coming from the grassroots. I thought I would mention it. You did reach out to me. You're in motion. I respect dudes that are in motion. Remember, people, one man's sold is another man's hold. Strong hand. Okay. People are getting back into financial corners. It's not fun. It's not fun to, all of a sudden your government is threatening you. A corporation is threatening you in some way, and in a way that is predatory, should we say, and taking advantage of force. But now, when you get backed into a corner, usually you come out like an animal trying to fight, and it's a nasty fight. But Bitcoin is now a civilized option. So when you're backed into that corner, you get Bitcoin is the key to getting out of that financial corner, and eventually, we haven't seen this yet, but we've seen it on a small scale with Cyprus maybe and some other countries where everyone is backed, where the population is backed into a financial corner and they need to find a way out, and they use Bitcoin. Eventually, we're going to see smart people, a bunch of smart people, all use Bitcoin to really get out of some financial jams that were caused by governments or corporations. And it's going to be a great situation, and it's going to be great for Bitcoin usage. It's going to increase it. So I'm talking very theoretical right now because I don't know what the situation will be one day, but I think we've all been backed up into very financial uncomfortable situations before, and now Bitcoin is a way to get out. Bitcoin is a way to protect yourself if you already had it, or if you buy it when you're already on the road to ruin. But it'll get you off that road anyway. So okay, but here's a tweet from, who is this from? Whale Panda. During a bull market, everyone is convinced that their new favorite altcoin is going to replace Bitcoin. In a bear market, Bitcoin shows them who's the boss. When Bitcoin goes down, all the alts ask Bitcoin, how deep do you want us to go, boss? To the core. Alts always dump harder. Good point, man. Good point. When things are going great in cryptocurrency, everyone's like, my coin's the next Bitcoin. Look how well mine's done. It's going up 80%. Bitcoin's only going up 10%. But when things are looking bad in terms of fiat, and man, people are saying this is a bear market. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I still, I had one Bitcoin yesterday. I have one Bitcoin today. But when things in terms of fiat are going down or uncertain in people's minds, then the altcoins, they just follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down, it brings them all down because Bitcoin is the king. And they go down worse too, man. It's not a pretty picture, but everything is cyclical, and they'll all come back, and we'll see it all again. Where people are telling me my XYZ coin is the next big thing, Adam. Why haven't you talked about my coin? Talk about my coin. It's gone up so much. When those days will happen again, who knows? I can't predict the future. I have a strong hand. I just care about 2020 Bitcoin halving and long-term thinking. That's what you get on this channel. Okay, quick South Africa note. I cannot do, a lot of you want me, so that's the end of the Bitcoin part of the show. A lot of you said you want to hear more about South Africa, how it relates to Bitcoin, that my observations, comparing it to what Lauren Southern talked about. But one thing that I noticed there, people who were in town from the conference from Zimbabwe and Mozambique, one guy specifically said, we call South Africa the United States of Africa. And what they meant by that is that it is just the hub, because I think it's known throughout the world. Everybody wants to come. America is the land of opportunity. That's where everyone wants to come to get rich. Everybody wants to come to America. Well, in Africa, everybody wants to go to South Africa, okay? It is the financial hub of at least Southern Africa, if not all of Africa. So if South Africa goes down the financial tubes, it's going to hurt the neighbors a lot more than South Africa, to tell you the truth. Namibia, I've been in Namibia. I've been to Mozambique. I've been to Zimbabwe. And Mozambique and Zimbabwe, by the way, are countries that should produce their own food. But because they have gone down horrible financial paths led by their governments, they can't produce their own food now. They get all their food from South Africa, basically. So, if South Africa starts producing less food, it'll hurt the people in South Africa, but the people in Zimbabwe and Mozambique and Namibia are going to starve. I mean, it is. So that's not getting into, I just wanted to point that out right now. We'll get, when we're talking about farmers, and again, the farmers in South Africa, it doesn't look too good for them right now. But we see what happened when they break down the farmers in Zimbabwe. If there are no farmers left in the whole region, or very, very few, it's going to hurt those countries first: Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Mozambique. Anyway, that's my little observation today. I wanted, but the other thing is that I don't know. You cannot vilify South Africa here. It is. People want to get there. People, Africans of all sorts, want to be in South Africa. Now, that doesn't say that they have a good government. It says that whatever system they have set up there is productive compared to the neighbors. And you can, for whatever reason, they've got some real productive people there that, Johannesburg, it is the hub of the region. Not just the airport. I mean, every flight. I mean, if you want to go to point A to point B in Southern Africa, you got to go through Johannesburg. You got to go through that airport. And, you see all the major corporations are there. So again, the government is walking a tightrope. I don't know how long they could, if they really start, going toward that communist side, they might be the United States of Africa now. They might be pretty cocky right now. It won't be as good. So don't scare away your productive people. Do not scare away your productive people. If you're a productive person, by the way, if you're a smart person, get your Bitcoin, protect yourself, because you never know. You never know what is going to happen. These governments are not. They don't think clearly. Anyway, that was my little. That went way too long. I have so much more stuff written down about South Africa, some really nitty gritty type of stuff. We'll save that for next time. I got to get out of here, though. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. I'll see you later. Say hi to you guys in the chat. Bye-bye.